Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
What's your favorite podcast, or?
You know that One Nation?
This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, that's on the regular, dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit and talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
You got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd, and here with me I have Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on with you? Very happy to be here. It feels like it's been a while since we've done One Nation Radio in the new natural format of live and on the stream here. I missed the stream last week. Had a blast doing it, just ourselves, you know, old school style. But man, there was something missing, I would say, from the chatters.
I can tell you one of the things I was missing. Like, you did, when we did the podcast last week, you just did it over a phone call. So I'm pretty sure on the show, like, I mean, I think a couple times in particular, but like, I'm pretty sure we stepped on each other every time we were trying to finish up or whatever our thoughts were. So at least I can see you this time, so I can shut the fuck up. So, yeah, man. I mean, I haven't thought about that, but yeah, it has been a you know, kind of different of of late, like. I think pretty much ever since the Grapsody cameo, whatever, that I ended up having to miss. I forgot why I had to miss, but yeah, like it's been a few of these, especially now that you basically flying to whatever big Kenny Omega moment's going on, and they giving notice this year. So it's kind of I see how you feel that way.
Yeah, man, it is wild, but yeah, like. The whole time, like it's been nuts for me this week too, like because I haven't been able to train because I've been having to deal with the leg and all that.
The issues where you think you have sciatica.
Yes, okay. Yes, and
look, this started One Nation Radio. We old.
Oh my god, it's been awful,
with
bro.
Sciatica talk.
Bro, I thought that shit was fake, dog. Like that, apparently not. You know,
you sent me a message. It was last week. You were like, "Man, I ain't even heard of sciatica until LeBron this season. Like it's his fault." I was like, "All right, man. The Laker, boy, that Lakerism is strange, boy. They be saying outrageous shit that don't make no kind of sense, and they just." Look, I don't know what they're gonna do now next season, but I'm sure the next 5 years will be LeBron's fault to some people. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So like, I was supposed to go to the doctor's on Wednesday, but they rescheduled me until next Tuesday. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a journey here for me dealing with that. But it's been pretty uncomfortable. But
that's what I mean, you've been there long enough, but like that's one of the things that like I have concerns about. It like once you move, you got to find all new places for everything.
Yep.
Everything you need for your life, the second you pack a move, you gotta find it all over again. And think about like, you know, how long it takes you to find X, Y, and Z in the first spot you in. Now you gotta move to the next spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the struggles. I wonder how long it takes to get acclimated to that. How long did it take you once you moved up there? How long you felt like you acclimated? You like, all right, I got everything I need.
Maybe like I don't know. In some ways,
it could be.
Yeah, it's still going. In some ways,
I can see that because you don't know. There are certain things where like you never look for it until you absolutely need it.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully by next week we can figure out if this is what it is, or it starts feeling better. I can start training again, because then I'm not training. I'm probably eating bad, and then it's like so. Been having a lot of that shit, so send your well wishes to me if you guys want to bless me monetarily and anything. I'd like to give a warm welcome to all our listeners, podcast listeners in the business, not in the business. Everybody, you guys are all welcome here at One Nation Radio. So
yeah, and if y'all are gonna message anybody regarding any opinion, whatever else, message Rich. Me, I don't care. I just watch the show. Rich tell me some things off air. I try to put it out the best out my way. But if you want to talk to me, don't. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just watching the TV show.
Oh man. Oh, what a damn thing that we've ended up doing here. I had to rock the new hat that I got. I got the Dunedin Blue Jays joint. I see that. Okay. But it's the throwback. I have another Dunedin Blue Jays one over there, but it's different. It's like the more modern one.
Is it like a royal blue?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So this one is like a version of the old Toronto jerseys from the early 2000s, but they made it like the Dunedin one. So I was like, this shit is super rare, and it has like the Big League Chew patch on the side right there. So like, we doing that. So,
have you gone and seen the Savannah Bananas yet?
No, I haven't. I'm not into the goofy baseball personally.
You're not. You're a staunch traditionalist of baseball, huh?
Yeah, I like to uphold the unwritten rules.
Look, if you say you want a staunch traditionalist, okay, American League fan.
Yeah. That shit. The American League won out in the end because ain't no pitchers batting no more. So
I know. They was tired of getting
real niggas of the AL
in interleague play for 20 years straight, damn near.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So there's a lot to get to. I guess we should start with maybe the Jigga Man. Like,
okay, what's on the radar? Is this? I mean, I didn't see. I mean, I only saw little things here and there and whatever else. But you said that there's been
what's he up to?
A lot of positivity for the most part. So,
yeah, man.
Let's talk about it.
A lot of joy emanating from Yankee Stadium over those 3 days of around 46,000 each night. Except the third night they had
with the bullshit and the holdups.
Yeah, they had all the bullshit. They didn't start the concert till like 12:15, and people couldn't even get in Yankee Stadium. Their phones were dying. The tickets are only on the phones. It was just like people bum rushing the door. It was like a ton of shit going on. But brought a whole bunch of guests out, and
look, Nicki Minaj almost got through. The Barb almost got the home. They almost they almost stormed the gate.
Yeah, gotta be careful with them, but
they would have carried through the mission if Mondani had the courage.
But it was just a weekend of like, it was like Jay-Z Palooza, kind of, and it was like, all right, well,
it sounds better.
Hovapalooza,
has a better ring to it.
And
Jigga Fair? Like Little Fair, Jigga Fair?
That works. Shit, I would say J Stock or something like that.
I would say Rock Stock, but he was
can't do that.
Kind of
Can't do
that.
that.
Yeah. I saw they was selling like the Yankee Stadium Jigga hats, or like the Yankee hat, except like it had like whole stuff on it, and then like the Rockefeller Rock Nation logo, and like it wasn't quite exactly a Rockefeller logo, and I was like, oh, I see.
Ain't nothing gonna go harder than the Rockefeller logo on something. The Rock Nation logo don't quite.
It ain't the same thing.
It don't quite, come all the way around.
Yeah. Look, was he still giving exchange for Rock Nation?
No.
Okay. I want to make sure. But the Rockefeller chain kind of missed something in a certain time, right?
Yes.
If Hope was out here giving representation to niggas via a Rock Nation chain, that would have been terrible. That would have been a terrible idea. Look, anytime you had any bad dealing of representation, be like, well, look what happened. You signed on and took a picture with a chain, like it's a fucking Catholic. What do you think was gonna happen?
Yeah. So like this weekend was a lot of. I saw the clips. The clips looked amazing off the timeline. I didn't see the whole thing. I'm pretty sure Jay shot this on some type of camera and like is gonna probably release this shit as like a documentary or something like that. Okay. I would expect it for it to drop similarly to like Fade to Black. And I also think
none of these were broadcast televised, right?
Correct.
So yeah, yep, that's what that is. He has a plan for something with this content.
So like thinking about between that, the 30 years of Jay-Z thing has been the whole theme of this year. I think he's going to do the Super Bowl, and a lot of people think he's going to have a new album. I don't know how I feel about necessarily a new Jay-Z album. I don't need it personally, but I obviously listen to it and everything like that. But it was just a weekend, like when I saw the clips of just joy amongst like, men our age, maybe even a little younger. A lot of women there.
We weren't the last ones through the.
We were not the last ones through.
Okay.
There was a lot of people showing up.
Somebody had older brothers and older cousins and uncles that was hooking them up then. Yeah.
So like it was just like a whole like reminder of like, yo, man, people have done a lot on the internet. And this is like the second wave of this, because like you remember like when we were first getting out of high school, everybody was doing that Jay-Z's and the Illuminati type stuff, like, and then it like went away, and now it's like back around in full force, mixed with like right wing politics and bot farms and all this other stuff now.
As far as negativity, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it came with the Let's get past out of high school part into the Illuminati thing. Mm-hmm. They needed some people was trying to come up with explanations for like how this black entertainer is making so much money via rhyming without singing, and I was like, all right, y'all got it. Because like honestly, like none of this Illuminati shit with Jay-Z never was a thing until he became the president of Def Jam. That was never a thing before 04,
right.
05, whenever that was. So it was like, okay. So
they saw him in a suit and they went crazy.
Yeah, and it's funny because like on his album covers, on Reasonable Doubt album cover, he's in a suit. Then like, where was this shit in '96?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. I don't know, but it's like okay, yeah. I'm one of the people that believes like I find it hard to believe that they're putting entertainers in the secret cabal that controls the world because they're already making money off of them. So it's like I don't. In theory, if there is a group of people that rule the world, let be a secret world, not like the oligarchs, like not like the Elon Musk and the Zuckerbergs and the Larry Ellisons and Dave Giffen people, right? Not those people, right? Just the people that are the secret, the invisible hands, if you will, of society. I don't think they're adding Beyonce, Rihanna, and the Jigga Man into it. I just don't. I'm sorry.
Shit.
I think they're getting in control of people, or getting control or hooks in their people that got oil mounds and reserves, that kind of shit. Not them. Just that's always what I thought when people would say this. I'd be like, And then when it led it to LeBron, I was like, okay, y'all got it. LeBron's in Illuminati. Sure, why not? Have at it.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. Kanye West, cool.
Yeah.
And then you would hear, and then eventually, as they were in their careers, they start running out of stuff to talk about. They would actually start pointing and teasing at it in hooks, right? Beyonce on Formation. Y'all niggas corny with that Illuminati mess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kanye on the intro to No Mercy. Niggas ask me shit about Illuminati. First off, fuck that mean.
Those are like the last great days of Kanye. Like,
I mean, like basically, once you get to like Yeezus, is when like, oh, it's not fun anymore. Now he's trying to like reappropriate the Confederate flag. His non-Southern ass. Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah,
Confederate flags at the concert.
We're taking it back.
Well, that's not gonna work, Alex. I remember Alex was like, yeah, you trying to do something like that's not gonna work.
All of a sudden,
reappropriation only works with like the larger culture.
The saxophones got loud after that.
It only progressively got worse.
Yeah, but I think people just look so happy to see, to celebrate Jay-Z. And, there's been a lot with Jay-Z to where it just doesn't ever seem like, it seemed like the people that obviously the Hovengers, as they're called and everything like that, there's always a hardcore base of, your average Jay-Z fan or whatever. Yeah. This was like, I saw these videos, like it was people that didn't even know each other. It was just emerging in these clips, like rapping full verses together, song for song. And it's like, yeah, I didn't even know them. They just came up behind me and just started kicking the rhymes also. And it was like this moment of clarity for me. It was like, no pun intended. Like from 96 to 2003, and I'm gonna speak more from like the 01 to 03 portion, because that's when I was like laser locked in on Jay-Z then. And it was like, bro, like it's like, we've seen the 15 plus year run from Drake. We've seen Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, different stuff like that. When Jay-Z was on top of rap, it just felt a whole different way. And it was like, it didn't matter that he wasn't necessarily selling 5 million records or every time. He wasn't, here for like the outrageous record sales and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, but then saying that people also act like, Volume 2 didn't sell 5 million records.
Yeah. I mean, that was his like
physical,
physical, the old way, right. But like he sold enough, and then it was like those albums were that damn good, and then it was like they had this perfect infrastructure seemingly to dominate. They had like 5 or 6 super artists. They had all the hardest beats, and then it was gone, and then it was just like. What happened? And then I feel like so many people were kind of left like, why didn't this continue? And Jay-Z's career after the Black Album is what it is. It's different. It's just different than what Jay-Z was from 2003 going back. Like, and the whole thing of like, it felt like this celebration of Rockefeller. He brings out Jazz-O. Bleak is there. Like, he doesn't like bring every single person from Rockefeller out, obviously, but like the spirit is there. I don't believe I saw anything about Siegel there. Okay. But it was like the spirit of like the time when he was on top of the game. It was like, yo, this is like the guy. Like, there was a ton of great rappers in the 90s, right? A lot of them are dead. A lot of them didn't make it this far. A lot of people, they didn't care about those folks after a certain point. And Jay-Z showing back up in Yankee Stadium, like symbolically for New York City and a New York rapper, it doesn't really get much bigger than that.
I would also throw in this added context. It's New York the summer after the Knicks won the finals too. So it's a continuation of the Knicks celebration as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, you can look at a DMX. DMX not here no more. How many of them Wu-Tang members can you throw on stage right now? Like,
not many.
And it's like, hey man, like people had to celebrate this because it was almost like it was the victory lap that he always promised on Encore. Like, I'm leaving this thing with a victory lap. And I thought it was really sensational of him and very theatrical with the haircutting ceremony, seemingly returning and kind of looking like his old self.
You sure that wasn't doing too much? Because there are certain people that are really close to Jay-Z that thought that was doing way too much, having Beyonce, his wife, and mother of his children, cutting his hair.
I mean, look, I did not need Beyonce necessarily to enjoy the whole weekend personally, but
I care so much about Jay-Z that when I saw Beyonce fans say stop bringing this nigga to shows, now you're doing it in reverse.
Absolutely. We got to set the ground rules. I thought Jay-Z wasn't no stadium artist. I thought Jay-Z was just this, this lucky hanger-on. Apparently, come through and kiss, bow down to the rock, throw the diamond up.
I mean, she's been doing that since before he retired, so I don't...
Look, I have no problem with Beyonce, like herself.
Sounds like it.
Beyonce doesn't necessarily add to the Jay-Z experience for me.
Okay, cool. It does for me.
Because it's like, okay, nigga, you won. I get it. Like,
no, what do you say?
I was like, okay, nigga, you won. I get it.
Okay, you did dash. Yeah, no, but the thing for me was like, once upon a time, one of his biggest adversaries in a rap battle won a rap battle based by writing a persuasive essay about his sexuality, and then he ends up with a fucking female sex symbol of the 21st century. It's like, okay,
maybe he was wrong on that one.
Just all these kids look exactly like Jay-Z. I mean, they got enough money to artificially inseminate. Maybe, I'm not having no question about bisexual. I'll be like, hey man, if I was Jay-Z, I don't think I would handle this Nas and this Ether shit as gracefully as he would. Cause like, bro, hold on.
Brought Nas out.
He won a battle. Wait. He won his rap battle, his huge rap battle against me off the strength of him calling me a homosexual the whole time. Just name call him. Just gay name calling. Okay.
I mean, it worked for Ice Cube and NWA. Like some things are tried and true.
He also y'all said them niggas didn't have their money, and that was true though. So as far as no Vaseline. So it's just interesting how that works. Yeah. Interesting how that all works. But yeah, man, like so for me, when I see the Beyonce, it's like. I just think about like when I used to be in places and they'd argue about either kill or takeover, and I'd be like, look, man, if we go through things that are real on these records instead of the wrestling, I don't think it's as blunt y'all think it is. But okay. But so when I see Beyonce stuff or whatever, I'm just like, can we go back in time, get him a time machine, hop back? If I just not being nonsense,
go back. You gotta audit all that stuff.
Like you got him with the joke with looking like a camel and ugly girls. A girl call you ugly and all that kind of stuff. Cool, yeah, you got that. But that was like 15% of that this record.
Yeah.
What about the 60%?
That's wild.
He said Rockefeller died of AIDS. That wasn't even real. That wasn't even real. It's just flat out homophobia.
I rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. Like
what? No, you killed him. All right, y'all got it, man. You fucking.
I feel like
you media illiterate motherfuckers. All right, man, y'all got it.
I feel like the dramatic reading of the Etherverse line for line would be hilarious audio.
Bro, it's so childish. It's so childish. Like it might be. Well. It's one of Nas' most childish records. It's not the most, but it's definitely up there.
Oh man, this nigga said, I gotta look up.
I snatches down and recite these lines.
Oh my god. So. Oh man, let's see. Oh Jesus, some Gay-Z and Rockefeller Records.
See what I mean? Shit childish. Like don't for a second, when people talk about the kick knowledge shit or talk about conscious rap of the 90s, 2000s, if you listen to this show, you You are far more progressive than them niggas. Far more. Common, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, all them niggas. Like, not saying they're not educated, but their thoughts and opinions on them records back then, absolutely not. Especially compared to today's standards. Oh, no, get them out of here.
Unreal. So, yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
Always.
it's a lot. I don't want to read all this out. I don't want to read this shit out loud.
Don't. They ain't even worth it. But so let's move forward. Let's move forward and talk more. Get focused back on the Jay-Z thing past Beyonce thing. So what other fun things that you observed? Was anything in particular like that you like? Oh, that's cool.
I thought when he was bringing different people out to perform with him, including Nas, where they're like they're trading off the lyrics and the beats or whatever, and they had Eminem out there, and then like Eminem was rapping over Takeover. He was rapping like the second verse of Lose Yourself over Takeover. A lot of interesting stuff like that. Like New York State of Mind was like over. I don't know if it was The World Is Yours or something. It was like Where I'm From was being rapped over New York State of Mind or something like that. And I was like, that's interesting. And then immediately I had to start. I was like, we have all the technology now that we never ever had. Like we need all of the stuff from the 90s, all the stuff. We need the acapellas, and then we need all them shits mixed up now. Like, and we need to just see, who
start doing that. Okay.
Yeah, and like see like what type of blends we come up with. Like, okay, who is like getting carried by these beats? Like, who should have been on what? Because damn near they all the same tempo. Like, so I'm like, man, what would it look like if I gave Tupac a few more better beats? What would it look like if I swapped some of the Nas shenanigans out that he was picking and gave him a few more big beats, different stuff like that. I find that to be a very interesting thought exercise.
I mean, if you're gonna do the Tupac whole thing, it's like mostly like what's gonna come down to is like, damn, that sounded really good. I wish he had more than one verse on that song. That was awesome. that he ripped. Like that was one of those things with like Tupac and Andre 3000 both had that same thing. Where it was like the verse is great. Is there a second or third verse song? Not really.
It's some outlaws on this bitch.
Say again?
There's some outlaws on the rest of this.
Yeah, and people be acting like the Outlaws being bad on the records on Enhanced Tupac. He knew what he was doing.
It's funny.
It wasn't like he was like, I'll let them niggas rap first on the song and then I'll come in last. It was always, no, me first. I'm get the fuck out the way and I might come back if you're lucky.
They had Usher like singing like the Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City portion. I'm like, that's interesting. Just pull him out to make him do that. It was like Jay-Z was giving assignments out.
Okay.
What I would have liked to see Mary J there, did not see her.
I heard people trying to float some conspiracy rumor that like her and Beyonce aren't like cool or something like that. And I had never heard anything like that before. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, I mean, because really, the only Mary J. Blige like real beef that I can think of is like the Faith Evans thing. Because it was like, well, that's understandable because Puff was giving Faith Evans Mary J. Blige records, so that was competition. So I get that.
Shit's wild. But yeah, anyway,
you never thought about how nasty it was that Mary J. Blige had Lil' Kim on I Can Love You Better than She Can.
That is kind of
you never thought about how nasty that was? Yeah. Like
that's very nasty.
I always remember being like, and then like and then it's like, okay. Who did he start working with R&B wise as his female single act after Mary? And it's like, oh, okay, I see.
Look,
and
it's
by the
some
time
smoke.
what's happening, it's like, oh, I see what's going on here. Okay,
smoke in the city.
Right. It was one of those like no limit Cash Money thing. It was like it's Civil War. They may never talk about it, but it clearly was there.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of Civil Wars going on. But yeah, man, I guess we should move to...
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Let's talk about, all right, so obviously there was an AEW Dynamite we could review, but I think some of the talking points coming out of it, ultimately lead us to the same place. Yeah, like with the Redemption pay-per-view.
Sounds like there are some people that hate this, and I'm like... I look at the card and all I see is hot match people are complaining about. It's like, oh my God, they're giving these guys that aren't main event or seeing at a certain level the chance to get to another level. I'm like, what's wrong with that? The match is going to be awesome. Match is going to be awesome. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think there's there's a lot going on here. I think from an internal standpoint, there's this whatever expectations were set by the show, feeling like you can live up to those. Now that it seems like, right or wrong, it feels like things have changed. AEW Redemption originally was thought of as this show specifically crafted for Kenny Omega to win the championship at. Now, why he didn't win the belt at that show could be a number of reasons, honestly.
But here's a question, right? Regardless of whatever reasons were happening backstage or whatever else, don't you think ultimately it was a better idea to get this shit happening? I mean, because honestly, they should have put the belt on Kenny Omega during Dynasty.
I was going to bring that up. So, I don't know, man. So the rush, that's why I don't necessarily know about, hey, was there a rush to move it up for tickets or anything? I can't necessarily buy that because if that was I was going to say, if that was the case, like you said, get the belt on him even earlier. Now, I don't know. There's just a lot to it, and there are theories, and some have talked about MJF being injured and stuff like that, and I don't know if I necessarily I'm not going to say, hey, I don't believe that or whatever, but I'll tell you this, I don't think people in the business believe it. So do
you think it'll affect his what's his injury?
I think he had when he wrestled Roosh, I think it was a hyperextended knee, but he then worked, I think, a cage match, which admittedly you can hide in those.
Yeah.
Then he worked a really physical, tough match with Mark Briscoe, and then he had the match with Kenny Omega. Now, if it was me, I would think you would take more time off rather than doing 3 matches inside of 9 days. Maybe you would if there was some type of injury, but again, I don't know his body. I don't know his pain tolerance or anything like that. But it's that one doesn't pass the smell test for me as far as oh, Max is clearly injured, so we're getting his belt off him early. I'm then why, if you're a booker, right? What booker would essentially take their main event off of TV? If everything's on the up and up, right? Mm-hmm. Why would they take their main event from the pay-per-view that was
on TV,
that was invented strictly to do one thing and then just do it on TV earlier, right? Yep. It just doesn't make sense for me. It
doesn't pass Occam's razor. Yeah.
Right. And they I don't know. I guess the only thing you can put on it was obviously Beach Break. That they wanted to do something strong when the World Cup was over. But even then, if you really want strong things, all these main eventers wouldn't be sitting at home or reappearing when it seems like someone has been moved out the way.
On Saturday.
Speaking of Hangman Page emerging out of the crack smoke, apparently, James, we haven't seen this guy in months and months and months, right. And he's hastily advertised 24 hours before the event.
Yeah.
all this stuff is very interesting, and I think it's kind of time to get annoying about it and start asking questions of, hey, what is going on back there?
Okay.
How?
Go ahead.
Because, like, look, I'm gonna try to not get myself in trouble here, right? But the destinies of wrestlers, I think, will start playing out rather soon, right? Now, you would have to explain to me why the main event did not happen when it, quote unquote, was supposed to. Mm-hmm. I would need somebody to pull me aside and be like, Rich, this is why it makes sense. We had this, and this to consider, because otherwise, not buying it. It stinks.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Quickly, remember what was it, like 4 or 5 weeks ago when I had that like, I almost blew a gasket on here. I was like, the meme of the hands on the face was like, wait a second, bro. This they are putting the belt on Kenny Omega to try to boost these. I mean, to get to the match. In the match, by the time it gets announced, it's going to be like only so many weeks out before people can even think of getting accommodations and a ticket and the plane flight and also a path where they don't have it. They did this way too late. Even with was it 50-some days? It's still too late to do that if you are starting from scratch and you had no plans of doing this until you get this match and you like, I want to see Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay or whatever else. So you're already starting late by that, and then you say you want to speed it up. Okay, cool. It did help you move tickets, but like, I mean, like we just said earlier in the show, if you knew what your main event was this whole time, and it seems like they did, they should have put the belt on Kenny Omega back during the Dynasty.
And this brings up a lot. Let's take it back to Dynasty, which means if the belt swapped at Dynasty, right?
No Darby title reign.
That means there is no Darby Allin title reign. But ultimately, what does the Darby Allin title reign? Is that actually?
It's a breather for MJF, so he can then have a bunch of runs of title of things to do in matches before he gives it up to drops it to Kenny Omega. Yeah.
Is it something that contributed to the overall goal of Wembley Stadium of Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay?
It did not.
I don't have evidence that it does.
While awesome, it didn't. And so I don't even know what Darby's doing it in Wembley.
I don't know what a lot of people are doing at Wembley, James.
I mean, from the TV, right? Like for example, right? It looks
that too.
Well, what I'm saying from the TV, it looks like, for example, it looks like the international title is going to be some version of 3 between Fletcher, Okada, and Takeshita, right? It clearly they're doing something with the Young Bucks and Cope and Christian, and maybe a third or a fourth team in Wembley, or maybe it's some sort of ladder match situation, right? That seems to be the case. We don't know what Moxley's doing. We don't know what Paige is doing, because Paige just came back for the first time after missing literally 17 straight Dynamites, right? But he had a neck injury, so it is what it is, right? Swerve, no idea what he's doing. It looks like they're floating something with Kevin Knight and maybe Speedball at Wembley. I don't know, but that seems to be all we know for what's happening for Wembley right now. Everything. Oh, also obviously the Willow versus the winner of Tekla, and I'm sorry, Mercedes versus the winner of Tekla in Willow. That seems, but that's it. Maybe there's some. Oh, I should have Brawling Birds and.
Divine Dominion.
Dominion seemed like that, and maybe they throw in Maya World and High On, but no, that seems to be a lot for Wembley too. So there you go.
So like, I look at it and I'm like, okay, it feels like a compromise was made, like for whatever to play out in the way it did to ultimately end up back in the place where we thought it would be. I don't know whether this was a case of like, all right, MJF has done a great job with the championship through the first couple months. Maybe it's a chance for him to prove himself, to try to like, either change whatever, as far as like to try to compete for a spot. I don't know. I don't know what MJF is doing now, because he clearly has been set for time off after the Kenny Omega match.
What do you mean by compete for a spot?
I would say, like, if you were a wrestler, you probably, and a top level guy, a main eventer, you want a main event Wembley Stadium, right?
Oh, so you're saying try to make it a 3-way?
why would the belt keep going back on him unless he was trying to kill the calendar to further make his case? That would be what I would think personally. But
right, well, look, he's injured right now, so hopefully he heals up and he makes it on All In, and we'll see what he does on the show.
I mean, look, I don't know if he's injured. That's the thing. Like, he's set for time off.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
and I'm going to say hopefully he gets well.
Hopefully, look,
that he'll have something to do at All In. We'll see.
Hopefully, he is injured. I'll say that.
God damn.
for the sake of like, Look, I don't mean it in that way. What I'm saying is like,
I get you. I'm just saying,
if he's like, you know,
you lucky we not Meltzer or one of them or Sean Rossell.
Yeah.
They clip that and they be on your ass.
They would. But what I'm saying is like, if people think he's injured and there's actually something wrong with him, then I hope it's not some bullshit. Let's say that. Like that would be, you know, what I would say for it. But for me, it seems like now he's going to be gone, right? For who knows how long, right? Mm-hmm. What's he doing at Wembley?
That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Yeah, look,
what's
and people
doing?
Look. People can't. We'll get there in a second.
Doing? Like this, people were like, what are 4 main vendors doing? What's Moxley doing? What's Swerve doing? What's Paige doing? What's MJF doing?
And a lot of these things are not starting right now, and any of that. You would have think like a lot of stuff was a lot when we've been saying it. This is unorganized, and now when who was the first one? It was MJF,
Moxley, Paige,
Swerve. So as far as MJF goes, like I'm like, okay, people can try to throw this Andrade thing at me, right? I'm like, what makes you think Andrade, like the entire thing of Andrade and MJF involved the world championship?
Right.
That's not there anymore. Like he's fighting the rest of the Don Callis family now. I don't know if y'all can tell that he's been rerouted. You know,
yeah, like he's gonna face Mark Davis for the national title next.
Correct.
That shouldn't exist.
It's been moved out the way. Like
right.
it's not a thing anymore.
Right.
Now Swerve has gone missing again. This is not the first time this year. And I don't know. I started talking about it last time. People looked at me like I was crazy. So, like, I got nothing for you this time. Mm-hmm. You know, we'll all see together. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. So, Paige and Moxley.
The Hangman thing, I feel like break glass in case of emergency. You're losing MJF off TV this week, right? Okay. So if Redemption, too many damn R's.
I knew what you meant. Too many R's.
Yeah. They have the deal, like, if that doesn't change, I don't think Hangman is back, personally, this soon. He was always coming back. There were a lot of plans that were pitched for him to return with. And in the promo, he mentioned people that he might want to go after and stuff like that. Some of those are very close to what the plans were pitched.
Can I? Are we going to talk about the Paige promo later, or can we just go right here?
I mean, we can do it now if you want.
So I thought it was a good promo, but at the end, it was like I am choosing to live with HIV. That's what that promo sounded like. Like he's like I'm rich. I swear to you, he was like there is life. Like this is not a death sentence. Like my
this is not a death sentence. This is crazy.
My prognosis is not a death sentence.
I'm a leper.
I got the TNT title. I got the international title. I got the continental title. I got a national title. I'm just like,
my life is not over.
I'm like, that is not what people want from you. You have basically said, I have resigned myself to a life of Cody Rhodes post 2019, and I'm like, you gonna make it work? You're more talented than Cody, but I gotta say, for somebody, for a person that has the potential to be an all-time wrestler, may already be there. This fucking sucks for you at this age. This should not be your lot in life, and I fucking hate this whole stipulation. And I know you're gonna turn heel, cut this shit, just turn heel, rip the band-aid off, and help, light this shit up, turn this shit up.
So
I don't want to sit around with this shit with him.
So like, the promo, the way he cut it, bro, the day they chopped this shit up one day in a video package, be like, you fucking lie. It's all there, bro. It's all there. It's going to be amazing.
I know. And that's why I'm like, all right, I already know the bullshit. Let's cut the shit and get straight to it then. Straight to it. You've been off for 17 Dynamites. Let's get to it. I also thought it was weird that, like, as you mentioned, 24 hours notice he's gonna be on the show, does the promo at the beginning of the show, and then Dynamite happens. They don't even mention it. It's literally like Tony Khan said. You know how they've been asking him about the stipulation, and he keeps saying, like, look, man, AEW's not holding to that. Adam Heyman Page is holding to that so they can set up the heel turn eventually. And I'm just like, in my mind, it feels like the same shit with Cody, where Cody's like, I'm going to do this to try to prove a point that to make you want to change your mind. And he's like, I'm not changing my mind on it. I don't think it's nearly like that with Cody and Tony Khan in the belt. Because, you know, Tony Khan had it planned for his first, however many, 5, 6, 7 champions, whatever. Mm-hmm. I get that. But with Adam Page is almost like, okay, I'm going to bring you back, and because you decide to do this dumb shit, I'm putting your ass on Saturdays. Like, I'm just going to put you over there and out of my
pop
mind.
The number.
You're not, because you can't be champion, you're not on the A show. You're going to put you on the B show now. Carry Saturdays with your dumb ass and your dumb plan. Until you turn heel, and we can put you back on the A show, because people won't care then.
You know, I feel like this is a lot longer term thing than people think.
It's going to be years.
It's going to be a minimum of 18 months. I would say lock in.
I could definitely see that. I could see it even being longer.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be a whole situation where it's like, all right, man, like, you know, my theories always was like, so Cody Rhodes didn't work with certain people. Maybe there's a little bit of that in here as well. So I don't know. Like, if you take yourself out of that title reign, I think there's a little bit of 4D working right here, trying to get around some things. But, you know, this is a strategy, I think.
Well, I will say this. There's also a difference of the Page is better wrestler than Cody. Also, the mid card of AEW is way better than it was in 2020. It's way better. There have been Banditos and Takeshas running around here. So I get it. You have opportunity to do more valuable high-level work and have great matches, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like he's selling himself short. He's selling himself short. That's all.
Charles Smith says, LOL, the levels of cope here are hilarious. At some point, the sickos have to admit when AEW fucks up. Does this whole segment not sound like us saying, like, AEW has been fucking up? That's what this is.
This whole entire thing is us saying that AEW and Tony Khan is fucking up his booking for his biggest show of the year. Media literacy, bro. That's the whole point. We've literally said, you fucking this up. Look at the TV. The TV looks like it's not set for. We don't know what directions it's set for. Like maybe 5 matches for their biggest show of the year. And we're only 50 days out. That's literally the starting point of this whole entire fucking section. Whatever. Sometimes you got to ignore the message or the comment section. Sometimes, or doing a live podcast. Sometimes you have to.
Okay, I'm just tripping. I'm like, hold on. Do it sound a different way than as we're saying it? Like. Yeah. These ain't excuses. These ain't excuses. These are questions. Yeah. Like these are like, hey, brother, I don't believe you. Like there's a lot of that going on here.
Yeah. Maybe they came in late. I get a bit of that. Maybe they came in late.
Yeah,
if they heard this whole thing, boy.
Yeah. Boy. So that takes me to the pivot to Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight. Now, happy for Kevin Knight in the vacuum. Gets a main event out of this. Young wrestler gets basically a chance to step up in a main event position. Obviously, wrestling against Kenny Omega, you're going to have a great match, and then it's like a test for what you can do in the future.
Yeah, but I mean,
and it was a substitution because, presumably, this was moved up to Beach Break.
Supposed to be the title change, yeah.
So. Now, the thing with Kevin Knight is okay, I don't think he's exactly had as much put into him before, say, Kyle Fletcher did when he wrestled Hangman.
That's true.
He doesn't have the same amount put into him, but when it comes down to having a great match, I think he's going to do that, and it'll make some of the complaints look kind of bad. I will say that this is not what people that were going to Montreal signed up for. I've heard from a lot of people that have tickets to Montreal that were assuming that this would be the Kenny Omega crowning moment. And, I happen to be able to see it. I get it in a second.
Yeah, you put that shit up there. That's nasty.
This is crazy.
How well will the Saudi Arabia crowd receive Heyman Adam Page? That's nasty.
That's
work.
crazy.
That's nasty work.
So I think to the Kevin, like, it's an inspired choice. I appreciate the pivot. And that's what you do in this situation. We saw it when Callum Newman got that random championship match against Goto when Jeff Cobb left. Like, this is what you do in those scenarios. You put a young guy there and see if you can steal him off. But I think people will have to come to the terms with it actually being a pivot. Like, that's what it is. Like, and I get it, carbs subject to change, blah, blah, blah. But they hinted about redemption.
It was no match now, so it's not even a switchroom like WWE was doing.
But they hinted hard as hell about some redemption in their promos and everything like that. Like, in Clearwater happened to work out for me. I loved it being in there in person. But that's something I think they got to settle with the fans, and they got to ultimately settle on the night of how good the show is.
Rich, ultimately, as we talk about it, all these problems that we talk about right here, most of them would have been solved if Kenny Omega had just won at Dynasty.
It all goes back to Dynasty being the original sin, I feel like. Yeah. And, Darby Allin, all-time great title reign. Can't take it away from him.
Absolutely.
Right? But in the big picture of things, he will always be able to call himself a former world champion. Mm-hmm. We have no idea what he's doing in 7 weeks.
Well, I mean, my guess up until they just basically put the match out for next week was going to be Kevin Knight, but now that's out the window. And now they're doing this arc of seeming like they're putting the Speedball back into the picture, where it's like, okay, well, after that, then it'll be Speedball, presumably, or maybe possibly at Wembley. That'd be cool for Kevin Knight in Wembley. In
that was my original pitch.
Same here. But then they did the match already, so it's like, okay, all right, we gotta ignore that dude because they ain't listening.
Okay, you're not listening. That's
the stuff you're writing out, Charles. Literally, we're in agreement with. Yes, they fucked up.
Yes,
and we have admitted that. The whole thing is not even us admitting it. Is like, yeah, they're fucking up, and we're explaining how they're fucking up. Why are they? And we're asking questions about why are they fucking up.
Point by point, I might add.
Great detail. That's man. I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, it's we
can't help you. But yeah,
we tried.
Yeah, we tried. We gave you benefit of the doubt. You fucked it up. All right, go. Let's continue.
But yeah, man. So now, I'm interested to see who will land on All In, who won't. I'm interested to see what matches are made, and to bring it back to Kevin Knight and Kenny. I like the segment that they did last night. I like the establishment of some of the lines that Kevin Knight had. Yep. And ultimately, Kevin Knight's a long-term play here. Yeah. I wouldn't even really think about it. I wouldn't even go crazy about it, because it's ultimately it's a young guy, and he's showing he's about to try to prove himself. I love when young wrestlers get these kind of opportunities, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubt the match is going to be great. So, when people are upset about it, I get it.
It's a marquee thing. I get it.
Yeah. But, whenever there are issues with AEW cards where it's it seems like it's light on story, they have killer matches where it's okay, the match bail out the weak build. Yeah. We often do that, Charles, in case Charles is unfamiliar with us.
Yeah.
We be kicking AEW in the ass, with regularity. I don't get it. Nobody's immune from this.
Yeah, nobody's safe. Seamus, no, ONR is the only place where well-articulated sentences get misinterpreted. You can say, I like pancakes, and somebody will say, it's the tweet, so you hate waffles. No, bitch, that's a whole new sentence. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right. And at least in this one, it's a long-form thing where, this must be, unless it's an attention span thing, you get what we are saying, or you're just purposely fucking with us. And, we probably have devoted too much time to this. So let's just...
Yeah. So, shout out to Charles. But... But, yeah, man.
Tony's, I don't know. Maybe she'll show up at Wembley. I don't know.
Yeah, no update. I haven't heard anything in months actually about Tony Storm. I would imagine if we were to hear something, I would assume it would be soon, but you never know.
Look, she show up at Wembley, she'll get a pop.
She absolutely will.
Yeah,
like she would be missed, but I'm excited about some of the we talked about the women's side of the Owen. Tekla's making a case for herself as well. She's gonna have to defend the belt against Willow. I don't know if it's gonna go well for her. Willow seems to basically be getting the rollout video packages coming back, right? Like, hey man, they set her up for something. So like, this is like what you put out when somebody's about to snatch a belt from somebody. Yeah. I think we can kind of like the cat's out of the bag. Like Willow was supposed to be in the Owen, got hurt, and then Mercedes ended up winning the Owen. So I think we're still getting to the same match. Right. And it feels for me like they've got a very interesting kind of thing on deck, possibly with Willow and Mercedes, and now Divine Dominion swirling around Mercedes. So there's a lot to get into, and Tekla is still like seemingly going to be working with Stardom and paying that angle off. Yeah. She
Julia Hart's going to be in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, hey, Julia Hart.
I'll give Julia Hart this. At least when she she ain't getting booked for TV time or do anything, she said, "I'm gonna go somewhere and apply my trade to get better at this craft." At least I see she out here she's giving a what do you call it? A good fake try to get better at this shit. I see, as opposed to some of the other people that have been around forever and don't do nothing outside of the AEW. When we see motherfuckers in their similar positions, go and work around or whatever else, and be like, "Nah, not me. That's not for me. Not for me." It has been years, so it is what it is.
I think I would have if it was me, if it was a Tekla homie, I would have picked Sky personally. I think Sky is a bit more, I would say, advanced, and Sky's doing like death matches now on the weekends and shit now. I don't know if you peeped this.
Yeah,
like she was taking bumps on the steps.
Yeah,
and shit. I was like,
and people were like, "She's awesome now because she's death match." It's like, yeah, but I just saw her literally wrestle last week and she still ain't got it. So I don't. Them just death matches, man. Stop. Stop overrating women because they're women and you think they're it's some crazy thing for them to bleed or some shit during a match.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
I think Sky is ahead of Julia, though, I will say.
Okay.
But, Julia getting a chance, like, I know some people got some pushback on it. And
I'll say this, Julia and Sky Blue, I think I would have rather seen them in Tag League because they're a better Tag League than either one of them are singles wrestlers. I don't have
I agree. I agree with Tag League.
I don't have concerns about any of them. I wasn't only talking about Hook. I don't have any concerns about Sky Blue and Julia Hart as a tag team. I've seen them in tag teams.
Right.
They're perfectly fine.
Right. It's like, but Julia, I know people have some pushback to Julia Hart, and I get it. You don't want to give up the spots in your tournament. But James, did I hear it correct that there are 32 people in this tournament?
I heard that.
Did I hear that correct?
I heard that too. Same time you heard it. I was like,
can't give up one spot. They all accounted for? I don't know.
Remember there was a time.
Hey, it's not like there's only 12 spots, right?
Rich,
it's not like it's the Continental Classic.
Rich, there was a time where it was 2 blocks of 13 in each block, and they had a they had a Grand Prix before a Grand Prix. They had basically like a young girls Grand Prix for people to get into it. So now, and people that made the Grand Prix the year before end up getting left out into that year. Now it's like, nah, everybody gets one. I'm like, man, all right, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Yeah. Like they've, them blocks don't look as strong as that blue block from 2021. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So we mentioned the Kevin Knight thing, that was in the backdrop of the Ospreay and Omega promo. There had been a vignette earlier with Will Ospreay whooping on a dummy, I think.
By dummy, you mean like one of those martial arts,
one of them
dummies,
MMA dummies. Like
yes.
So, and Moxley was saying something to him, but Moxley says a lot of things. So, they had what else? They had an opening tag where the Death Riders fought Cope and Cage.
It was Cope and Cage versus
against the Young Guys.
Garcia. Yeah.
And I was like, first I saw Adam Copeland and Death Riders linked up. That should have never been put back on television again, James. And apparently they're doing it at the pay-per-view too, because now he's wrestling the senior Death Riders or whatever.
I honestly do not remember whatever happened.
I was just getting there. Okay. All right, Christian Cope won, but they had the biggest Dynamite of the year last week, essentially, with the title change. Mm-hmm. And they followed this up with that vignette with Will, and then this tag match that is announced an hour before the show, and it's just like the tag title match. I'm like, bro, who gives a fuck about this? And I did not care.
I was just watching. It's like, okay. I was compelled by Christian being basically a trickster scamp. Like, he was doing all sorts of how do I say this? He has figured out, obviously he's figured out another way to get his character over, but his wrestling style fits into the character. He's taking the easy way out on everything. He is lying, cheating, and stealing as a babyface. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, honestly. But it wasn't like it was some great match. It was just there for the most part. Yeah, and that led to I wanted to say the dogs running out at the end, and then you got dogs and Death Riders linking up, basically try to run off Cope at least that makes sense because of the Gabe Kidd connection.
And then the Bang Bang Gang standoff and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, they're evil, whatever. Can I now talk about how Jay White is full WWE pilled? I mean, hasn't that always been the case? Just another example, but besides just the a million catchphrases in a promo without any substance, he came out and oh man, all right. So Finley had the shillelagh. He's about to hit somebody. So Jay White makes the last save. He runs in. The crowd pops for him, but he steals the shillelagh out of Finley's hand. And as he rips it out of his hand, he looks down at it, and it's like, oh, I have the shillelagh. I'm looking up and realizing, and I'm smiling. And now I'm going to turn around at Finley, and I'm like, you knew what you're reaching for! I hate this! Take it over to Stanford, brother! I hate this! Yeah. It was like, I have to do this as if no one knows what the fuck he just did. It's like, I clearly saw it on the camera. It wasn't like it was accident off camera. You clearly ran in to take the shit out of his hand. Now you have to pretend like you just got it. You didn't realize you took it. I hate this. You're not dumb, and neither are people that are watching you do this. Stop doing this. This is awful. Do that shit. Look, do that with the Una Fale or some shit. Not here, brother. So I said all that to talk about the standoff. There was standoff with Claudio Castagnoli and who else? Pac ran out. There was a bunch of folks, and then eventually later, they end up running out at the end. Or I guess we should talk to Ospreay and Omega promo. Mm-hmm. Will drop some premium glaze on Kenny Omega. Basically, Kenny comes out with the Omega symbol. The Bucks come out, hand him the real world championship. Are you surprised that Kenny Omega even put that MJF belt around his waist? No, because he's goofy. Because when he first came out, I was like, "Is that the ew?" I was like, "Brother, ew." He has that on him, and then all of a sudden, I heard the Bucks come. Music. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna change the belt there. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. That's gonna be the whole segment." I was like, "Okay, fine." But at first, I swear, I was disgusted. I'm like, man, look, that shit should be literally thrown in the trash every time MJF gets dethroned for it. I was gonna say. They need it before the show even ends. Omega won the belt. He walks. He literally
grabs the different belt, and then he puts the MJF belt in the trash, and then like that's how you celebrate. In the show with fireworks and all that shit.
I was gonna say every time MJF loses this belt, it's like a built-in segment for the champion. Like, so we're gonna see like 10 more of these.
Yes.
People switching out the belt.
It's literally like, hey, Moxley was like, oh, he did the belt switch. All right, I'm just gonna hide the belt for months. That's his version of it.
That's funny.
And I gotta say, I was in the building when Adam Page opened up that briefcase and pulled that belt out. And I gotta say, Moxley had a point. That shit hit different than a belt swap. It's just goofy. It's just goofy.
So
rich niggas ain't who wear Burberry no more.
So Kenny is cutting his promo and, basically, thank you for not giving up on me, friends, family, and fans, everybody believe in me. This wasn't supposed to happen. We're less than 50 days, so all in. There's work to do. He's going to show everyone the best version of Kenny Omega in AEW. Ospreay came out, basically said, apologized to the Bucks for costing them their jobs as EVPs, said he's glad to see they land on their feet. He asked if he could have a one-on-one with Kenny. The Bucks checked in with Big Ken, and Ken gave the signal and said, all right, y'all boys not needed.
Y'all not needed to stay on guard just in case.
Right.
Just in case.
All right. And then from there, he's a believe in yourself. He talked about the 1 count kick. You're the best and all this other stuff for 10 years. You've been my hero. You've inspired me.
He basically listened to our review of the match from last week and basically condensed it down into like a 2-minute thing. Yeah.
Shout out to Will. I don't know if he is on our listener, but a lot of wrestlers are. A lot of wrestlers are. So
he mentioned the one kick out. He mentioned the whole part about like what the storyline is, as far as started from hate, now it's this admiration.
He said some line about this is a real life version of Goku and Vegetable.
Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Vegeta is Japanese for vegetable. So
okay.
The joke still works.
Okay.
Joke still works.
People went nuts over this. Apparently, this was like a viral thing today of like
cool.
where they just shat on Will Ospreay for this. He got a lot of shit for this, for the anime thing, and I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about necessarily. I don't know the story of Goku and Vegeta, but he just said it and moved on. It wasn't like this defining thing of like, this is what wrestling is now. Right. Like, I don't know. I think people are being, look, if you want to be dramatic about something with Will Ospreay, there's a lot of fucking other shit to talk about, like, as far as like with his character right now. I'm like,
the shit a few weeks ago about what did he say about what he did to Windsor in the bedroom? That was worse than this.
Or like the fact that like he's rolling around with the terrorist unit, like there's a whole like that shit is way worse than this, but never mind. So like they're like, hey man, August 30th we're gonna do it. We're gonna show them where's the best wrestle. That blah blah blah. Rich, I'm locked in.
Rich, I'm sorry, I just thought of a good one.
Yeah,
it will be the first time the British and the British side to link up with some Americans ready to do war crimes. Won't be the first. Would not be the first.
So Kevin Knight's music hits, and I could tell the crowd was like not feeling this. Mm-hmm. But he basically asked to stay, and then he told Ospreay to stay. Kenny did, so Kenny exerting the power, And Kevin Knight's justification is, I am still owed a title shot from Maxwell Jacob Frogman. And for some reason, Kenny Omega could not say the word Maxwell. He kept calling that man Maxub. He kept calling that man Maxub. So from here on, the rest of this review, he will be known as Maxub, if he ever comes up.
And it sounded like he was almost trying to do like a portmanteau of his first name and his middle name, but then he said Jacob too. He's like Maxub Jacob Freeman. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. I don't know.
That's what I thought. I was like, all right, whatever. But he basically he's like, hey man, you gonna so I found this funniest storyline that MJF set some shit up here and somebody else had to come and clean it up for him.
No, but here's the thing.
I found that pretty funny.
Omega said, look man, If you think you're going to hold me to MJF's promise, you out your mind. But I'll give you a title shot because I'm a nice guy. And I was like, all right. Okay, fine, Kenny. Look, you know what? Kenny Omega, you gave me this great, serious, heartfelt babyface promo. It might be the first one, as a champion, the first one that's ever happened after ever. Because it didn't really happen in New Japan either. So, you know what? I'll let this weak shit slide. Because I know the match can be good anyway. So whatever. You feeling some type of way that you can face anybody, you willing to give the Young Buck a shot? Cool. I know this match can be great anyway, so I'm with it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm vibing right now. Not everybody got a vibe off this. So if you don't like it, I get it.
He said, we're not going to do that. He said, what I'm going to do, maybe I'll give you a shot because I'm a nice guy, as you mentioned. He said, the first day I laid my eyes on you, I was like, God damn, I saw something special. The first day I laid my eyes on you, something that had that undeniable factor that only a superstar possesses. I saw somebody that looked the part. I saw somebody faster than everybody. I saw someone who could jump higher than everybody else. I saw those same things too, Kenny.
Yeah. Be like, I saw something special. I saw something special when I saw you catch your first touchdown against Tampa Bay Bucks, Randy Moss. Like,
yeah.
Like,
King of the North. I'm supposed to be mad a young black man is getting a review main event. Wrong show.
People upset about this. Like, look, I don't, because the dude's been featured. The dude got a reason people not to like him, and like, you got to get yourself into the title scene before you become champion, right? Generally speaking, in most well-run promotions. And the same thing with Fletcher and Page last year. Like, now that you in the system, now we can start believing you eventually.
Yeah, I saw someone who was hungry, but that's where it ended because you had to do something so silly and align yourself with Don Callis. And basically, he was like, I get it, man. I'd be a hypocrite if I say I ain't do that once or whatever.
This part was good, too.
And then, like,
him and Ospreay both was like, yeah, been there, done that.
Yep. He said, he had a party. He thought the lockdown basically during COVID was the reason nobody came. But if he's being truthful, no one would have showed up anyway. No one cheered for him. No one believed in him. No one was proud of that guy. I wanted him to say, remember when he said Will Ospreay was the real pandemic? Like in New Japan, he was the reason. When Ospreay was in the ring, I was like, can he throw something to me right here? But, he's saying the words. He said, you should probably think about your homeboy Speedball. He actually, believes in you or whatever, and he cares about you. And
you too, still. He said that.
Yeah, he's like, you don't got to work for Don Callis, essentially. So that's the same feeling the fans in attendance have here, too. So it's almost like Kenny Omega also listens to One Nation Radio to where, we were like, Kevin Knight doesn't necessarily need the Don Callis family. Right. Like, these storylines are becoming mighty interesting. When
when he turned heel, it was like, okay, he's heel, and it's like, oh, he's going to be number 4 in Don Callis. But it's like, and now he has to wait until he can be number 3 once, the Takeshita thing happens or the Andrade thing happens, and now he's like number 3 or whatever. But still, unnecessary.
Yeah, he basically said MJF wasn't a fraud because he actually defended the belt when he said he was going to do it. He did it. Call me crazy. The only fraud really here is you, because I know deep down inside you aren't being yourself. All that shit you're spewing to me is not coming from here, essentially, down in the heart. And he keeps saying there's a good guy within Kevin Knight.
Yeah.
So, he basically, Kevin Knight had this crazy line. He was like, there's no goodness left in my heart, only greatness. I was like, yee. So, I think it's, a lot of people have piped up about the TNT belt, him being the TNT champion, and it devalues the belts. I've never understood this. Like, how can it devalue a belt? I don't know.
Rich, I get why people would say this. However, ain't Kevin Knight a bad guy currently?
Indeed.
Aren't one of the traits of bad guys greed?
Greed, gluttony.
So wouldn't he want all the titles to feed his ego because he's evil?
Certainly an argument can be made for that.
Yeah. I I get that, but it serves the character. Fuck the belt for this one day, okay? He's gonna go back to being champion after this belt, or after this title match, and it'll be fine. He'll actually have more shine on his title matches because he had a main event classic. Just a thought.
There is that. So
did it hurt Kyle Fletcher last year, or did it help Kyle Fletcher last year?
Look at that. So like, basically, Kevin hit Kenny with the mic, and then he ducked,
yes, and then he ran
which is
out
always
of the
funny. Ospreay went for the hidden blade, but he ducked, and then all of a sudden, Darby Allin was fucking him up on the stage.
You know what it was? Well, anytime someone gets hit in the head with a live mic and you hear that noise, it always pops me.
That donk.
Yes, but then also the way that he attacked him when he had the numbers disadvantage and escaped. That summoned Darby Allin, because that's Darby Allin's Guerrilla Warfare attack. He's like, oh no, you're not gonna steal my shit from me. Nah, you finna get these hands. So yeah, I thought it was all well done. It got shaky, or not shaky, but I was gonna wonder how they're gonna get the crowd to care about this, but they're playing on it's almost like the you're a wrestler, not a sports entertainment Dan Garcia thing. It's like, we know you ain't really this, and the crowd don't really see you as this, and you're doing it because you think it's a way to take a shortcut to where you want to get because you're ambitious, but it's going to fail in the long run, and you're dealing with two people in this ring that have gone through this with Don Callis, and I'm telling you now, as a person that has this belt the real way, the right way, it's not going to fulfill you. I thought it was great baby facery from Kenny Omega, and I thought this was great. I'm gonna have to burn my hand on this stove, or let my wings burn and melt. And
I got to find out.
I got to find out my own way too. So I liked it. I liked all of it. I liked all of it.
So the Don Callis family ran out to try to jump him, but then the Death Riders of Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli are here to save Will Ospreay and then Kenny Omega, and I was like
we saving it. We are working behalf of Tony Khan and AEW. We are preserving this main event.
I was like, yo. I saw Moxley run out there, and then Claudio. I was like, yo, Claudio was just out here fighting off the. I can't even think about the Death Riders turns no more, bro. It's just it's all these should just be these should all be happening in the same show.
These aren't turns, man. I get what you're saying, but they're at this point, they're serving as a chaos agent. There is no affiliation. They are there to fill whatever void is needed for whatever it is. And I get it. You don't like that because it's American Pro Wrestling, but they're fight camp.
Nobody is going to end up more over. I think Will Ospreay is being done a disservice still through all of this.
I think that there's potential for that to be true.
Why don't we just add Moxley? Why don't we just add Moxley to the Wembley main event?
I don't think that's the case, because I feel like literally during this show, Moxley literally said, told it or Omega to his face, he basically yeah, bro, I'm going to stab Ospreay in the face or in the back. I'm going to choke him out with the fucking thing. And only person that understands that is Omega, because Omega and Moxley go back to their feud. So you're you can't, you basically no one can really hide their true nature or whatever it was. It was yeah, that basically means Moxley is telling Omega, hey, I'm going to screw your friend. Once he gets his belt off you, I'm going to screw your friend.
So at the end of the day, that boy is dumb.
Well, yeah. But if not for the training, he would not, in theory, have fixed up his neck to be able to have beaten Swerve or get his title. So it still worked out for him in a way. And it don't necessarily mean he's going to lose to Moxley either. We'll see.
Wins and losses. Jon Moxley's beyond wins and losses. The fuck?
he's Charlotte Flair 5 years ago.
Oh my god! He lost it all in last year. What the fuck happened to the Death Riders are going harder and stronger than ever right now. These niggas is the NWO.
I will say this. There is this weird. I mean, it has to do with some of the people we mentioned, what Swerve and MJF and Paige. Whereas Don Callis and Death Riders have done most of the storyline heavy lifting for Dynamite, and it's this would not be the case if the rest of the main eventers were on the shows like with more regularity. So there's a part. So it's like all right. What's happening on the other side is affecting this side. So you got to have 2 hours of TV. You could give more of some of that TV time to women, but Tony Khan don't
no, I can't be doing that shit.
Apparently.
But yeah,
Tony Storm not here. Nope. Mercedes, come back now. Come back now.
So what do we think Moxley does it All In? Because like it seems like they've been pulling a random match for him out. Fuck it, what's he do at fucking next week he's teaming with Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does this exist? Like I'm like,
Rich, you say what is John Moxley doing All In? Rich, I got one for you. You gonna hate me.
Is he the special referee?
I was gonna say that. Yes, I was gonna hate that shit. Yes.
God, go away, man.
I don't believe them. I just want to sit there and fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like
it's just like, bro, the Death Riders are just. This shit is like, this is borderline. Like,
when's the last day of the? When's the G1 final? It's normally what mid.
Usually August? Like mid-August. Usually mid-August.
So I mean, they could do that. They could. I mean, Moxley, generally speaking, in Wembley has done like these team matches. He hasn't done like he hasn't done like a big singles match that I can remember. So that match that was going to be United Empire versus.
Yeah.
That could be placed there.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be. We'll see though.
But man,
obviously, you gotta get through G1, but Hanari and them could get injured.
Yeah, I just I don't know, man. I think Will Ospreay essentially, it's like he's in the shadow of this other guy, and it's like this for me feels like the last 3 years.
Do you think other people feel that, or do you just feel like that based off the build? Because I don't think other people feel like that except for like us.
I think so. Like I'm seeing more people each week on Twitter kind of talking about it, like how either if you compare him to 2024, do you think he's hotter than 2024? I don't. Like when he first came in the company, and there was like this clamoring for him to win the world title immediately.
Oh yeah, that's true.
2025 last year, like when he goes to the finals with Hangman Page, and he's basically fresh off that entire year of that pay-per-view stuff. I feel like if he wins and beats Hangman, it's hot. Like he's up. Like they would have accepted it last year. Now,
yeah, but at that point in time, it was like, look, literally the story was like anybody
motherfucker,
anybody that's babyface is gonna win needs to be the guy to take the belt off of Moxley at that point in time. So yeah, there's that.
So now when I see this Will Ospreay, I'm like, seeing how Kenny Omega, the reception of Kenny Omega all around the country is like sky high, and I recognize they're going to be in England, but I mean, why wouldn't Kenny Omega be over in England? Like now, I'm like, do I want to see this Will Ospreay beat that Kenny Omega? It's not convincing for me. Like, it's especially feeling like, okay, like what is Ospreay's ethos right now?
I think I don't think.
And is it honorable?
I don't think he necessarily knows that. I think the whole point of this character or of this character path or whatever else is like him still trying to figure out like what is it going to take for me to get to that little, I don't know, that 1% to get me to where from I've lost every big match or every big championship opportunity to I finally get over the top of it. And basically so far it's been the new advanced approach of the Death Rider stuff. And that plays a great use for post having the championship, but it don't necessarily serve him so great for the chase.
Yeah, because
it serves him good for the Moxley match eventually.
Like, because it's like, okay, man, like you seeing all this stuff these guys are doing in these matches, or whether you're jumping these niggas, it's like you don't see that stuff. So it's just weird. It's just like. So, like, when actually Swerve was doing a promo with him, like, hey, man, like, can you explain this? Essentially, like, it was like, and then when I think Jay White mentioned the thing, too, where he's like, yeah, dog, like, now you rolling around with the Death Riders? Like, if someone comes back to the, like, Hangman Page should have walked. I saw a great meme, like, or whatever. Yeah. And it was like, when Hangman Page walks in and sees the Death Rider flag in Will Ospreay's locker room, and it was the Nazi symbol, essentially. It was from that Key and Peele shit.
Wow. Now, so it makes sense if they were to do that with Paige. Jay White, give me a fucking break.
I mean,
You've
the Death Riders.
You've been a good guy for this long in the last 7 years. I don't give a fuck what you got to say.
The Death Riders put him out, so it's like
look. But my point is like what? So this one where you and when was Jay White and Will Ospreay ever aligned ever?
I mean, they should always be enemies. Like honestly, I think like Jay should be a Will Ospreay title defense personally, but
Jay White might have PTSD last time he was in that title challenger position. He might never want to be in that position. So who knows?
Yeah, Forbidden Door was wild. I remember writing every single thing down. It was like Mox was the heel versus Bandito, ripped his mask up, then shook his hand after the match. That after I whoop your ass, I'm gonna shake your hand. Mm-hmm. Then he comes out for Shota Umino. Lord knows who he's about to do what to him. Tanahashi comes out there like, "Hey, my boy," and then he runs from Tanahashi.
Well, he was gonna get him. He was gonna get him to sign back up into the Death Cult.
And then he's coming out to basically encourage Ospreay against Swerve, and I'm just like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. Like it feels like it's so heavy-handed. Is this not a lot?
Rich. No. What I'm saying is, I get what you're saying. I guarantee you ask him, what's your character? He's gonna be like, it's a fight camp. I guarantee this is logic. This is a fight camp.
But
so there are bad guys and good guys in fight camps. And the storyline, or like people promote, UFC or whatever else. Like, yeah, we train bad guys, we train good guys. We don't give a fuck because we just want to like accumulate. That's all we care about.
So when they go off feuding with Shane Taylor Promotions for a few weeks, and then Shane Taylor Promotions are the heels and they're the baby faces, and then it's just like I gotta pretend none of this happens. And I'm tired of it. Like, and all they're doing is making the show more complicated than it needs to be.
I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I wouldn't disagree with that at all.
And it's like, eventually, you're pigeonholed, I feel like. And people can talk about tweeners and all this shit. All this is a bunch of bullshit. That's what it is for me.
They're not tweeners because literally they switch during different segments on the show. Not even like it's one person doing X and another person doing Y. It's literally like the same people. Like you mentioned with Claudio, good guy acts of heroism heroic acts early in the show comes out later and looks like he's in reverse villainous at first, heroic at the end, later in the show. It's like same person, not even like different people.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
I could see.
I agree.
Look, I could say like. And I feel like maybe at times they have done it better because it would be like there's this split where Pac has always been
a heel,
typically, unless it was like, and he's been out there I think to encourage Will just maybe once or twice or whatever, right? But like then it's like Garcia sometimes has been a babyface. Yuta,
if anybody is a babyface inside of Death Riders, it is Garcia based off the interactions with Ospreay. Yes.
Yep. You get Claudio in front of a luchador, Claudio's a heel again. Like
somebody got a base. Look, when that man come out there with that fucking mask to Arena Mexico, that man's a bad guy.
You stand Marina Shafir across from Trish Adora, she's a babyface then.
But that's the only time. Every time else she's helping people cheat.
Usually she's heel.
Plays on the outside of the ring.
It's a lot, man. It's just a lot. And I feel like people that don't want to hear this, they get so offended by the fact people point this out. Like to where it's not an attack on your religion. Like, yes, I understand you like Jon Moxley. I like him too. I'm going to vote for him the day I get a Wrestling Observer newsletter Hall of Fame ballot. I will vote Jon Moxley. I will hold it up on this motherfucker and take a picture and be like, I am voting Jon Moxley in the Observer Hall of Fame. However, what I'm looking at is a show week to week. And this is bullshit. Like, what can I say? Like, it's like, no, like, I can only go off, yes, Jon Moxley is not your father. Yes. Like, you are not in the Death Riders. Like Fuck.
Look, I won't buy none of that Death Riders gear merch even if I wanted to. Nah, that look a little too.
Yeah. Look,
That's
man.
That's a little too iffy.
But it's like people get so mad when you be like, yeah, dog, like, so what are they this week? And then it's like, bro, you can fuck it up with one question. Like, it's crazy.
I get you. Like, I mean, the main thing is, like, it don't bother me because I feel like I know what they're trying to do. The problem is, like, yeah, y'all want to be a Japanese stable of, like, let's say you're Chaos or whatever else, or you're, Queen's Quest, and you're like, we were a heel faction, and we turn babyface because we selling merch and no one gives a shit or whatever else, or we're just scamps like LIJ. I get it, but like porting that into American professional wrestling television is different than just Japanese house shows. Not the same thing.
Yeah,
you can try, and they're trying, and they've been successful at points doing it. But my point is, it's been inconsistent as far as the enjoyment of them on the shows from week to week based off of this, and that's kind of the rub when it doesn't go well a lot of times. I get you.
Yeah,
especially when it's like Moxley is really only at his best on pay-per-views now at this stage.
Yeah,
like his TV matches aren't nearly as good as they used to be.
And I think a lot of that goes to like them putting like these no-hopers in here with him for these eliminator matches. But you notice he didn't have an eliminator match with Bandito. He didn't have an eliminator match, I don't believe, with Takesha. They had to go to it was a title match, I think, and it was a draw. He did have one with Takesha. He did have one with Takesha.
Him and O'Reilly back to back, they both went time limit draws to get to the pay-per-view. Bandito didn't get that benefit, but whatever.
Yeah. But most of those people, he's mowing through them. And ultimately, he's winning in the end anyway. So, like those other folks weren't going to earn those shots anyway. I feel like they should have gotten the Continental belt off of Moxley sooner, and then, like, never have done the national belt. Yeah. And just make it look like, all right, you're my feud of the month. If he's going to go through people like this, then what's putting down the belt on him? Yeah, it's like, so now that leads back to what is he doing? Like, right. I would like that Callum Newman idea or whatever. It would be, it just doesn't seem like there's anyone else. Look, how about Moxley and MJF?
I never want to see Moxley and MJF again, man. It's sucked twice.
Moxley can switch and be a babyface for that one,
I mean, he's been a babyface in all of them.
That's true.
And they both and the other one and both of them suck. So it's like, what's the point? And the Bills have sucked to both of them too. So what's the point? Never even do it again.
I hope I made somebody laugh out loud by suggesting that, but highly unlikely. I mean, international title. We talked about it a little earlier. Kyle Fletcher beat Commander. Hell of a match.
That was awesome, man.
Bro, it's like Commander. I don't know where he's been. I don't know if he was hurt or something. Like it's like he's back in the.
I feel like he was. I didn't hear him doing anything else. For a while.
I don't know if he's back in the rotation, but him and Fletcher have like always been a money pairing, going back to those Survival of the Fittest matches in ROH for the TV belt. Then at the fucking very genesis of the Kyle Fletcher push, like someone they put him in there with was Commander. So like honestly, the day Fletcher wins the AEW World Title, the first motherfucker he sees should be Commander. So
has Fletcher ever had a match with Mascara Dorada?
I feel like he has.
I feel like he has too. It seemed like something they would have done, but I just can't remember it. And if they have, like, you can do it again because he's done the Commander thing a few times. And I gotta tell you, you get good Mascara Dorada versus Kyle Fletcher in a title match. That shit go off. That shit go off.
He wrestled him the week after All In.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, after All In?
Last year. Yep. Wait, the first night of the residency.
But I thought that they did that Texas or not Texas that basic death match with the change the title back to Fletcher from Dustin like right after that. No,
they did that like 2 weeks later, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Did a lot of wrestling last year.
Commander's been in Mexico for visa issues. He's been working CMLL shows. Okay.
Glad he got it straightened out.
Yep.
I'm glad he decided not to do the fucking speedball thing and said, I'm going to work without the visa thing and get banned for years That shit took years off his career. He would have been in AEW way earlier.
Bro. Yeah, man. Painmaker's back.
Yes. It was funny because like that's basically was a Painmaker match. What's he do? Are they listening to this show? Motherfucker listen to this show, Rich? Because I mentioned Painmaker last week too about basically that opener of Beach Break, and then what do you know? Painmaker shows up.
High wrestlers
out there looking like Jared Taker.
That's great. Yeah, man. Jericho and Ciampa, they had a good one last time. Maybe this is for Jericho to win this time.
Cool.
It'll be in Canada.
They'll get more time. I think this will be a better match. I didn't think that was the best match they could have.
Yeah. So Darby Allin.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say Darby Allin and Brian Cage. This nigga Darby Allin's insane, dog.
He loved them stairs. He loved going into them.
Bro, he
loved doing spots off of them.
Brian Cage threw that nigga off the stage and he hit his head on the fucking post and then was like scratching his head and shit trying to make the pain like kind of subside or whatever. And it was
I missed this. I was in the drive-thru. I had it on my phone, but I was in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A, so I missed parts of this match. I didn't see that. That's
bro. He clocked his head, and I was like, "This nigga's insane." And then it's like the way it was like, I know he wasn't bullshitting me. Like he wasn't like inventing like this cell or whatever, which would have been genius, by the way. Like oh, maybe he did. I don't know, but it was wild. He ends up winning or whatever. But like Darby Allin and Brian Cage is like. That's a old country AEW pandemic beef right there.
Also, I forgot to mention the finish to Fletcher and Commander was fucking awesome. He tries to go for a tornado or tilt-a-whirl DDT and off the ropes. Commander to Fletcher, and Fletcher stops momentum right before the DDT, and then it puts him into the brainbuster to win. Yeah, that shit was awesome. Sorry, but back to this. Yeah, man, they were doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
They were doing crazy shit like with the steps, and then I saw a coffin drop on the Cage while Cage was on top of the steps. I was like, all right, man. All right, Darby. You got
insane man.
Yeah. Because, like, what if he, like, goes a little bit too far over and, like, he basically almost, like, rolls off of it? Like, rolls off, like, too far. His body lands too high on Cage. And then, like, he ends up getting caught in rolls. His whole body rolls off of the steps or into corners of the steps on the way down and scrapes up his back and shit. I'm like, you gotta be real precise with this trust fall shit you doing.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Truly
it's
crazy.
A lot, man.
How do you know how people they go through walkthroughs? How do you walk through these kinds of spots for Darby? Because you can't actually do them to practice. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I can ask, but
like to make sure there's no margin error where he don't maim himself or impale himself on the steps doing the shit he does,
bro.
or fuck up his back and ruin himself. Like, how do you like? Nah, bro. I think it and I do it.
Bro, Darby Allin is on that Shawn Michaels that I just go up there and do it, brother. Like,
oh yeah, I've heard that story.
How do you do a moonsault?
Go up there and do it, brother.
That's got to be the strategy. I don't know.
Cody did the moonsault off the top of the Cage against Wardlow.
Yeah.
And the story was like that he broke his toe. And the whole thing was like he's like, I never look down when I'm up there because I know it's gonna scare me, and I just jump off. Like, Cody's like on that same thing. Like, I just do it.
Yeah.
Could be me. You couldn't even get me to think of that shit. Because all my whole time it's like, you say you don't look down, bitch. I'm thinking about how high up I am. Forget looking down. I ain't gotta look down. No, I'm up high.
Yeah.
AEW Cage look crazy as hell.
The women's had a trios match to main event this show. Mercedes Moné, Divine Dominion. We need a name for that group. I got a couple in my head.
Let them come up with one because I ain't got one.
So
get me in trouble.
Yeah, it would probably end with me in trouble. Willow Nightingale, My World, and High End. Loved it.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, like I think giving them the main event opportunity. There's a lot of good cross matches in this. I thought the Megan and Willow cross matches are always interesting. I need like them to like whoever, like, you know, I don't know if it's gonna be able to happen, or what. One day I need the Willow Nightingale Megan Bain AEW title match. That is ROPW right there, brother. Like, yeah, but the babyfaces ended up losing this match, and you know, we go forward, but
check.
I don't know, man. Let's see. What did this man send me? Boy. Whatever you like. It's all there.
Oh boy! I mean, look, that was very obscure. I didn't know if you knew that one. I just, if you didn't know, I was going to see you further context.
That's crazy. Love to see it.
Oh, my headphone came out.
Love to see it.
All right. So where are we going next, man? What else you got to talk about?
You know, I don't think I have that much more written unless you have anything. Oh, Collision this week? Bro. Must see.
That just happened on Saturday?
That happened last Saturday.
Okay. I mean,
awesome fucking show.
I have it. I only watched it. I only even looked at it for the Page promo, which we covered.
If you watch nothing else, definitely watch the main event of Speedball and Mark Davis.
Oh, yeah, I heard that was awesome. I did hear that was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Like, that shit was like, oh, these niggas, like, they told them, I know exactly how this went. They were doing a Collision, and they were like, yo, it's the last show of the week. We gonna give y'all the main event. See what y'all do with it. And them niggas went out there and was like, you know what?
I mean,
we got something for you. Like,
perfect setup for those two. Given like, is Mark Davis Speedball? Like, Mark Davis versus small guy is greater than the Speedball. Like,
bro,
it makes
that
sense
nigga's like, it went off like to like, you know, I think Dave gave it 4 3/4. So like,
I can see them doing that. That don't surprise me.
Yeah. What else?
Dave, like I said, man, Davis is raw, man. Like that. Look.
Shibata and Bandito.
Hoover and Bandito?
Shibata and Bandito.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, we didn't talk about that, the opener. We only talked about like what happened in the post match, but like Brodito coming out and they were facing that squash match. It was Camarado and Aaron Solo.
Yes, haven't seen them niggas in years.
Bro, they brought out Camarado so that he could, you know, just for the Bandito spot, so Bandito could do the Gorilla Press Slam joint. That's all it was for. And I was like, see, wrestling ain't got to be all 5-star matches and flips and all that shit people claim it is. Like, they say AEW don't do this shit. Like, they just had one of the strongest wrestlers pound for pound in the world lift up this motherfucker that's way bigger than him just for that spot so they can kill them. That's all they needed. That's all they needed. And then that was just a way to get him out there so they can pass Fletcher in the hallway and Bandito could put that wanted sign on that man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit funny.
Yeah, they say, you know, AEW does do some things, right? Some things.
There was a Hikaru Shida and Harley Cameron match that was not good. And,
on Collision?
Yes. And you remember when Harley Cameron kind of got to respectable in the ring, where it was like, okay, you're better than like what it looked like you were going to be. Mm-hmm. She has stopped getting better from that point.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That.
So, you know, tries hard, hell of a personality, can talk.
Yeah.
That was a rough one. What else was on this show? Death Riders versus Commander, Top Flight, and AR Fox. This nigga AR Fox is still, if they ever wanted to push a button with him, if they ever wanted to do anything with him, he could still do it at a high fucking level. Like, this nigga is still incredible. And that was an awesome match, too.
Oh, Shida versus Zamanada's on Collision on Saturday?
Yes.
I'll check that out. Look, I need some proof of life with Shida. That she is still at her level. We haven't really seen it yet.
Yeah, the Shida and Harley Cameron shit, that shit was not Shida. Like, that shit was not, just for the record. Like,
I didn't think that either.
Well, yeah, I would say definitely check out. Like, and then a lot of promos, good promos on there too. Willow's whole promo with that, the Kyle Fletcher promo. I think the Lethal Twists are starting to get aligned with Ricochet or something like that.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny. He's like, this biracial added in this black and white tag team.
Speaking of AR Fox, he's wrestling Kevin Knight on Collision for the TNT belt. Run that up.
Okay, Collision. Like, you know, I was a regular Collision watcher. And then at a certain point, I was like, I don't know. And if they doing shit like that, if they back to having the killer matches, I'm back. Like, Jay White's back, so I figured he was gonna hit the ground running. It didn't sound like it. So, but if they give me something to check out, I'll check it out.
I watched it.
Tech list gives me curiosity for sure.
I watched the NXT Women's main event this week. It was Lola Vice, Callie Armstrong, and what's the girl? Kalani Jordan. Very good match.
I know Kalani Jordan. I know Lola Vice.
Yeah,
I don't know
very,
who the one is.
very good match. When you see Callie Armstrong, you're gonna be like Bianca Belair reincarnated. Like that's the other black woman. Yes,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I didn't know her name, but yeah.
Awesome.
I've seen her. I haven't seen her wrestle, but I know what you're talking about. I've seen her like do promos. Yeah.
Like they are like the women's division NXT, like at the top. Like, they're always churning them out or whatever, but like between Kendall Gray and them three, they're at least as good as the horsewomen. Like, I know people are gonna like
been around a little bit longer than like the other two.
Lola
Vice is around a little bit longer because she's been around. Like she was like they were asking her, is she doing AAA too now at the stage?
Jack Perry versus Nick Wayne on Saturday too. Yep. Oh yeah, she was doing AAA. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see? Jack Perry did his promo like, yes, I have resigned, and
he cut his beard too.
And he's like, I'm willing to, give opportunities. And I was once a person that didn't have these type of opportunities, and I was like,
you wrestled Jericho, nigga, right?
Well, my thought was like, he too is living with HIV. Like he knows that he is now a person that he is now prelim. He's a prelim guy until if Luchasaurus get his health back right. Like he will be doing prelims until
I will always
He's a great wrestler.
I will always hold on to my Jack Perry stock. Like it will come back around one day.
But yeah. He did say I hope to go for the AEW World. I was like, buddy. The mountain has gotten taller since you started this climb.
But I would definitely check out that 3-way match. I know it's NXT and all that, but like it was in there working. Like it was in there getting it, and I was like, hey brother, like I was like, but like I said, between them three and then Kendall Gray, it's like this is like the best class of women I think in there since the Four Horsewomen pretty easily.
I would throw in that Beyonce. I would throw in that Bianca, Rhea, Io, Kyrie quartet. But then again, like, well, what about Shayna in there with the belt? I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What was I going to say to you? What were we about to talk about? I can't remember. Oh, Athena's on Collision. Do you know what she's doing?
Apparently, don't know what she's doing yet.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, y'all. That's the end of the show. If you are watching from the stream, be sure to wait till the show notes are up when the podcast posted, and go to the Red Circle and donate there. And be sure to listen to other shows on the network. Besides One Nation Radio, you have Keepin It Strong Style, All Things Elite, AEW Match Guide, Imp's Adventures, Wrestling Art for Things, Tunnel Talk, the Trish Wrestling Podcast, and Joshi'ing Around. Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.
Peace, y'all.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.